talk about why you should be ignoring your symptoms. I know you might be like, Julia, what do you mean ignore my symptoms? Aren't I supposed to be focusing on it so that I could heal it? Aren't I supposed to be thinking about how to take the right supplements, what supplements to choose, what diet to be on, how to improve my mindset, all the things when it comes to healing your body holistically and healing your symptoms? Now, it's not what you think, okay? From seeing hundreds of clients and dealing with my own eczema and having it since birth, one common thing that I see amongst all chronic illness warriors, eczema warriors, is that we tend to focus too much on our symptoms, right? How many of you feel that your day to day, all you do is think about your symptoms? All you do is think about your eczema. You look at your skin, you obsess over it, you worry about it. You think about why your gut health isn't optimal. Why are you bloated? Why do you constantly have fatigue? Why do you feel like shit all the time? Why do you have low energy levels? Why do you have headaches all the time? So we're always focusing on the why, and we are focusing on our symptoms, wondering why it's never going to go away. And the problem when it comes to focusing on your symptoms too much is the mindset principle that where your attention goes, energy flows. I've said this before. My OG listeners, you guys know I talk about this. It basically means what you focus on and what you give your energy to actually intensifies. So if you focus on your symptoms in a negative way, then those symptoms are going to manifest negatively. Because think about it, when we're focusing on our symptoms, it's hardly ever we're focusing on it in a positive way, right? We're always thinking about it in a way where it's more negative, it's more disempowering, or it's more frustrating, right? You think about your skin, you're like, why is this happening? Is it ever healing? You're staring at it, you're picking at it, you're having constipation, you're experiencing diarrhea, you're like, oh my gosh, why am I constipated? Is it what I ate? Is it blah, 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 da, 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 right? So all day and night, you're thinking and focusing on your symptoms. And the emotion you have when you're focusing on these symptoms aren't good emotions, right? You're going to be frustrated. You're going to be feeling hopeless. You're going to be angry. You're just not going to be feeling good. And when you have these kind of emotions around your symptoms, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to be causing more inflammation in your body without knowing it. And so if you're someone who is focusing on your symptoms too much, I want you to start ignoring them. And what I mean by this is not ignore what you should be doing. Like, yes, we still need to eat healthy. We still need to take the right supplements. But like, where is your mind at when you're focusing on these symptoms? Are you focusing on it way too much where you feel stressed out about it? And maybe you need to distract yourself and focus on something else. Remember, where your attention goes, energy flows. You focus on your symptoms too much in a negative way, it's going to get worse. Focus on it in a positive way, then it's going to get better. If you're finding yourself in this loop of focusing on it too much, then I want you to start looking for positive distractions and taking your attention away from your symptoms and choosing something else to focus on, whether it is getting up and going for a walk. That's going to get you distracted. Maybe it is getting up and making yourself a delicious breakfast. Maybe it's going out with your friends and having a coffee date. Anything that's going to distract you from sitting at home and stressing about your symptoms to doing something that actually brings you joy. Because what brings you joy is going to bring you positive emotions. And when you have positive emotions, you're going to have healing. I have seen so many clients heal from implementing this strategy. I actually have one client in mind, and I always think about her whenever I talk about this topic, because she has this mindset where she literally says, you know what? If I'm going through a flare, fuck it and move on. And I love that because that's literally how we should be sometimes, right? What's the point of overthinking about your symptoms over and over and over again and wanting it to heal, especially when you don't have control of the outcome? Thinking your way to an outcome isn't going to give you the outcome. Thinking your way to wanting your skin to be clear isn't going to always promise results. Thinking about when is it going to heal, why it's not healing, what's happening is only going to make it worse. And that's different than thinking in a way where you're visualizing. That's completely different. When you're thinking in a way where you're visualizing and you're closing your eyes, you are embodying that person who is healed, right? You're visualizing your skin being clear. You're creating positive mental images of your dream life. That's completely different because you're thinking in a way that's more like manifestation. You are visualizing in a way that's drawing that reality closer to you, right? Because you're creating those mental images in your mind. But if you're thinking more so in a way where you're like, is it healing? What's happening? What's going on? That's not visualization, right? You're actually attracting more of what's happening and why it isn't healing. I love that my client kind of had the mindset of like, fuck it and just move on. She actually shared in one of her calls, and I remember this so clearly because she thought it was miraculous when she was experiencing a facial flare. She had a concert that she was going to in New York within a week, and she was worried about her skin not being clear for the concert. But she knew from learning inside CYE, my group coaching program, that there's no point controlling the result and just surrendering and letting it happen. She implemented the fuck it mindset, and literally within a week, she was like, Julia, this is miraculous, but my skin healed. And I'm like, of course it did. And she's like, all I did was I just didn't care about it. I just ignored my symptoms. I just went about my day, did my visualization, focused my attention away from my flare, and my flare healed. That is a power of your mindset and the power of taking your energy on things that are beautiful, that are positive, because there are always other things in your life that are working out for you, even if your symptoms aren't at the moment. And it's about finding positive distractions. If this episode resonated with you and you're like, you know what, Julia, I have been focusing way too much, your homework is to do what I told you today in the episode. Take your attention elsewhere. Find a distraction. Maybe you're going to go away this weekend, go camping with your friends, go hang out with your friends, do something else than sitting at home and worrying about your skin. And, I just want to say, I get it. If you're uncomfortable and you can't leave the house and you're feeling, like you need to stay home, I totally understand. I know what it's like to feel in pain and to feel like you literally don't want to see anybody. I get that. But if you're finding excuses to be at home because you want to focus on what's not working, because that's what our brain does. We look for problems. I want you to catch yourself and take the initiative and the action to do something that you enjoy. Don't think about your skin for a day or 2 days or 3 days if you can. Spend time with your partner, spend time with your friends, go for a walk, take a painting class, like whatever it is to get your mind off of your skin and your symptoms. And I promise you, and I don't make promises, guys, a lot. I promise you, within a certain amount of time, you're going to notice your symptoms healing a lot faster. All right? I hope you found this episode helpful, a little quickie today for your Tuesday morning. I love you guys so much. If you want support, you know where to find me. I help my clients with finding the root cause, with diet and supplements, with mindset, all the things. You can apply for my coaching in the show notes below. And we will see you guys in the next episode.